of Forsaken's most controversial content creators, D4rk Vibes. D4rk is an extremely controversial Forsaken content creator. She is controversial due to her following problematic people, reposting graphic content, and making graphic content herself. We'll talk about her following weirdos and reposting weird content later. For now, let's talk about her content and what she's posting. But before I talk about that, keep in mind that D4rk says she's a minor. This will be important for later. She made this video, which is Mafioso holding up handcuffs to Chance, then implying he's gonna handcuff Chance, then f*** him. Another video she made is Mafioso and Chance with the 7 Minutes in Heaven song playing in the background. Here's some of the lyrics in 7 Minutes in Heaven that she used in the video. Mainly this part. Implying the guy is hoping to lose his virginity by having sex. Now the third video I want to talk about is this one. Mafioso has kidnapped Chance and tied him up. She romanticized kidnapping here. How, you may ask? She portrayed kidnapping in a romantic way. There was a romantic song playing in the background. Chance started blushing when Mafioso touched him, and Mafioso said, "Ah, you like that, don't you?" The last video she made that I want to discuss is this one. Robot Chance making Mafioso eat a human heart. This is forced and why are you making this content as a minor? None of these videos should be getting posted to TikTok or YouTube Shorts unrestricted. Most of these videos should at least be 18+, and instead she posts them on platforms unrestricted for kids to see. In fact, most of her content is geared towards children and posted on YouTube Shorts and TikTok with no age restrictions. Her content also violates YouTube's child safety policies. She says that she'd prefer if her audience was 13 to 15, but that's not how the algorithm works. She needs to add content restrictions and not just warnings. D4rk shouldn't be making these videos as a minor either. A minor shouldn't be making highly suggestive or gory content and posting it for their child audience to see. Now let's address her repost and why it's bad for her to repost graphic content. She was reposting rape, sexual assault, gore, abuse, and necrophilia of Double Fedora. One of the videos was Mafioso drinking his drink, then kissing Chance repeatedly while he was unconscious. This is sexual because Chance was unconscious and unable to consent. This video was made by D4rk's ex-mutual, Nadia R. Nadia was reposting obvious rape, yet D4rk continued to be mutuals with them. Nadia started blocking people who called her out, and then turned the comment section off on that video. Several videos were made about Nadia and how that video she made was S. Most of these videos went viral, and D4rk had to see at least one of them. Nadia deleted the video, made a half apology, and continued posting like nothing happened. If Nadia was actually sorry, she would have immediately deleted the video and apologized, but instead she blocked people who called her out. D4rk continued being mutuals with Nadia even after all of this, and Nadia continued making weird content. Why she continued to be mutuals with Nadia after all of that is beyond me. Back to D4rk's reposts and why they're bad. D4rk should be reposting graphic content when her whole audience is children. Those videos she's reposting are getting pushed to her fans For You page. She's exposing her fans to rape and gore at a young age by reposting that stuff. This can cause a minor to normalize and become desensitized to harmful behavior. She shouldn't be following the people who post it either. Same thing with the repost, it pushes that content to her fans For You pages and recommends those accounts. She has been called out for this weird behavior several times and has played the victim. I made a rant video on TikTok about Double Fedora in August of 2025. In this video I was criticizing how people portray Double Fedora and how it was weird and gross. A lot of people recommended D4rk as a good Double Fedora shipper. I said D4rk reposted everything I was talking about, like score, etc. And she was following people who were reposting or posting that content. Her mutual Mandy saw my comment and replied. I guess Mandy told D4rk because I ended up on D4rk's story twice. After she villainized me, she made up several excuses like the content was satire, it was mischaracterization, and she's a minor. I made a follow-up video, she apologized for reposting weird stuff, then said she'd stop. All of this was on her story, even the apology. If you didn't know, stories on TikTok are temporary. Why make a major apology on your story? This whole apology was a lie because she continued reposting graphic content and following weirdos. I called her out again in a video on TikTok. In this video, I called her out for continuing to follow weirdos and repost their videos. I listed off all the users. Her following list went private after I called her out for following weirdos, which was really sketchy. This seems like behavior of someone who just got caught and is trying to cover it up. She continued to follow some of them, like Mandy, who made a video of Mafioso Chance. The video was of Mafioso telling his men to hold Chance in place while Chance was struggling and begging to be let go. Then Mafioso kissed him. Another video of Chance not consenting and D4rk reposting it. D4rk didn't unfollow Mandy for this, nor did Mandy apologize. And Mandy here recently posted this extremely gory video to YouTube Shorts and TikTok unrestricted. Mandy's audience is also children under the age of 13, and the warnings don't help at all because what if the kid can't read English? For an example, let's say the kid is Japanese and they don't understand English. They can't read the warning. Now let's go over everyone D4rk is mutuals with and what they've done. Nadia, Thrones Gambling, and Mandy made Mafioso sexual assault Chance. Yes, I know this is a reference to Alien Stage, but that doesn't make the scene any less weird. Chance is very obviously uncomfortable and is actively fighting back, yet Mafioso keeps going. Diamond drew graphic of Chance. Hanny made eye trap Chance and drew Chance himself, then posted it on the TikTok uncensored. Nico Cage, Zao, Benzi, Sasu Bunny, and Yellow. Zao and Benzi literally did a collab with D4rk. All of the following users are on TikTok. These people may have different users on YouTube. Fast forward to a month later, D4rk finally made an actual apology video. Right? Well, if she actually apologized and tried to change, I wouldn't be making this video, would I?
Hello, it's me, D4rk. You probably heard about me once in the Forsaken space. I've wanted to speak about this publicly for a while now. Otherwise the mistakes and info will continue to spread for the people who has never seen me call out my actions that was deleted in my story. So a few months back I reposted a video created by Nadia about Mafioso putting sleep pills in Chance drink and kissing him. Back then I thought it was just a regular trend following as I was uneducated and senseless. To what I've reposted in the past. Days after I reposted the video, people has started calling out Nadia and clear explanation of essay. A mood of mine showed me the video and I felt conflicted. I'm not sure if Nadia was aware of what they were drawing, but shortly after Nadia took down the post and made an apology, I thought it was okay now, but I believe this isn't something light to forgive. People accuse me of supporting these kind of things due to me being moods with Nadia. I've had to block them permanently. I'm not sure what to think about this, because my videos are mostly satire and I never focused much on my characteristics for them. I just want my videos to be funny. I didn't want people to think I'm like double quotes, oh my god, this is how Mafioso and Chance are canon, only double quotes. I would never claim my videos to be canon in any way. Multiple times I've been accused of supporting essay, necrophilia and multiple things I never researched about. People compare me to Yum Yum, Birdie, Honored and other problematic people. Now about the freaky vids, I never wanted to imply to S**x immediately. For example, my 7 minutes in heaven. I only implied to kissing, not that type of heavy thing. It's weird for people to immediately assume that's what I'm going for. It's not like I draw D on the screen and make their clothes suddenly fucking disappear. I'm a minor who can't draw that anyway. If you are still sensitive to it, please get off your device. I'm not a parent. And am not responsible for what you watch. Considering my videos were never harmful. At least I don't think they are, I guess. Yes, I know I will still get hate for it, but other than that, a lot of people still love and support me. You don't know how much it means to me when my friends and fans have forgiven me for what I have done. It's honestly unreal, and I love each and every one of y'all. You make my pain and guilt less painful and easier to go through. I appreciate all of the comfort comments and DMs from everyone so much. It won't be easy for me to forget, but I'm getting the comfort I need to get through it. Please, if there's other videos, things I should be aware about, tell me in the comments and I will be sure to read each and every one of it. And if you possibly find those bad videos I've reposted, share it in the comments and I will unreposted it.
It took her a month to make an apology with a text-to-speech voice, and she didn't even apologize. All she had to do was say, "I am sorry for reposting what I did. I am also sorry for following weirdos." She touches on her problematic actions for barely a minute, then immediately talks about the mischaracterization. Nadia was reposting and making sex fault. Why wouldn't you immediately block Nadia after finding this out? This apology was ass. She barely addressed her problematic actions. Not to mention, she used a text-to-speech voice for this, which makes it seem like she doesn't care and the apology isn't sincere. Back to the 7 minutes in heaven thing, that song was implying the guy wanting to lose his virginity by having sex. It's not weird for people to assume that's what you're going for when your content is highly suggestive. And again, with the "I'm a minor" excuse. If you're a minor, why are you making highly suggestive content? Are we serious right now? You're making highly suggestive content geared towards children with no restrictions. That's your fault, not the parents or kids' fault. You're making content of Chanta Mafioso, characters from a children's game, and you expect kids not to watch it. You're pretty much making ElsaGate content, but we'll touch on that later. The videos are harmful because you're romanticizing kidnapping and other awful things. She hasn't unreposted the videos, they're still up on her account, and she refuses to unrepost them. This apology was ass, and it seems like she doesn't care at all, because right after the apology, she continued posting like nothing happened. If Dark was actually sorry, she would have just said, "Sorry for reposting graphic content, and sorry for following weirdos. I promise I won't do it again." But instead, she continued doing the stuff she apologized for. Now, let's address her Discord server. On the surface, the Discord server seems safe and chill, but then you dig deeper and see that there's extremely graphic content being posted. I found several users in the Discord server that are minors. Dark is having explicit conversations in the Discord server about sex and other things as shown. Why are you talking about sex in a Discord server full of minors? The moderators in the server are mostly under 18, which is an issue because Discord server moderators have to deal with people posting explicit content and hate and harassment. Which minors shouldn't be moderators for Discord servers in general due to minors not having a fully developed frontal lobe and being easily manipulated. After all of this, she still hasn't stopped. Dark and Mandy have put this in their bios, which again doesn't do anything. Everything they listed that they post is extremely graphic and they need to make their content 18+. Saying you prefer your audience to be 13 to 15 doesn't magically make your audience 13 to 15. In fact, if I were to estimate her audience's age, it's probably 7 to 15. I really doubt anyone over the age of 15 is watching the content. Not to mention, the content is designed for younger audiences. Look at the bright, colorful art style, the way everything moves, characters from popular kids games such as Forsaken and Dandy's World, and the stuff going on in the animations. The content is geared towards children, but there's suggestive and gory content mixed into it. Dark and Mandy's content is pretty much the definition of ElsaGate. ElsaGate is content labeled as child-friendly, but had extremely graphic and inappropriate themes for children, such as violence, gore, suggestive content, and much more inappropriate themes for children. These videos were tagged in a way that bypassed YouTube's child safety filters, and a lot of the videos were appearing on YouTube Kids. Doesn't this sound familiar? Most of Dark and Mandy's content falls into the ElsaGate category. Dark and Mandy are making content of Chance and Mafioso from Forsaken. Forsaken is a popular game on Roblox that is 5+. Forsaken's main audience is children. Dark and Mandy are putting Chance and Mafioso in violent, gory, and sexual situations in all of their videos. Most of their fans are young children that don't have a fully developed frontal lobe. They can see their videos and try to reenact them in real life. Constant exposure to those things at a young age is awful, because if you're constantly exposed to something, you think it's normal. What is normal to you is what you seek out. This could cause kids to get into unhealthy relationships or look for more of this content. It could cause the kids to develop hypersexuality or cause them to reenact harmful things in real life. It's not that the parents aren't watching their kids either. It's because Dark and Mandy are purposely gearing their content towards children. At first glance, the content they're watching seems fine, but when you look into it, it's extremely graphic. One last thing before I conclude this video. Remember how I said Dark was a minor and how this is going to be important for later? Well, what if I told you she might be lying about her age? Just watch this clip.
Even if I'm a kid. Like, it accidentally put my age group in 21, and now I'm just 21 years old, I guess. I'm 21 years old, guys, and now I can't even speak with Mandy. That's beautiful. I mean, I can speak with my other friends, but not Mandy. It's depressing. It's very depressing.
In her live, she said Roblox falsely put her as 21 and she can't talk to Mandy, but she can talk to her other friends. Well, if you're put in the over 21 age group on Roblox, you can't chat with users under 18. So that means all of her other friends are adults. She never said they were falsely marked either. Another thing that I found odd, you have to be 18 to do a live on TikTok and 16 to do a live on YouTube. She sent several lives without being banned. So this means Dark might be lying about her age. Here's another image that somewhat backs this up. Her hand is pretty big for a minor's hand. Now, I might be wrong, this is just a speculation. Anyways, roll the conclusion. Conclusion. Dark is making extremely graphic content geared towards children and supporting people who make problematic/graphic content. By doing this, she's exposing children to heavily graphic content. She's pretty much just exploiting children for views and clicks. Now her following list is private and she's still posting like nothing happened. All she has to do is make her content not made for kids in YouTube Studio and on TikTok set her account to 18+ and the problem would be solved. I didn't make this because I just hate Dark or whatever. I made this video because of my little sister and people like her. She's seeing Dark's content and like I said, at first glance it seems normal, but if you look into it, it's extremely graphic. And like I said earlier, it's not because the parents aren't watching their kids. It's because Dark's content is tagged in a way that it seems kid-friendly, so it bypasses YouTube's filters. My sister is sending me her content, and it's concerning that my sister, who is 11, is able to see her content. Well, what can I do about this? Great question. Block off the channels and accounts listed in the video. Especially do this on all of your kids' devices or your younger siblings. Share this video or make your own videos to spread awareness on the situation. If you enjoyed the video, consider liking and subscribing. It helps me a lot. Also, this was my first long-form video on YouTube. Helpful criticism is always appreciated. I apologize if there is any weird noises in the video. If there was any weird noises, let me know in the comments. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. See you in the next one.